Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Nathan again. I do apologize. This is not going to be a smart thing for me to do, but my last video was cut off. I was randomly recording my recap for 90 Day Happily Ever After. I was in the middle of talking about Brandon and Julia, and then my storage, I get a notification that my storage was full and it cut out my video. So instead of just redoing the whole video again, since I got so far into it, I'm just breaking this up in parts and stuff and everything. So my last video, so I'm just going to label it when I upload these, part 1 of the last video and then part 2 of this video. So I left off with talking about Brandon and Julia and how they are pregnant and everything. So yeah, congratulations, Brandon and Julia. And yeah, it's been a long time coming, but they finally gonna have a baby. So that was Brandon and Julia. The next couple I want to talk is finally the three couples, the three Stooges couples, Jovi and Yara, Elizabeth and Andre, and Lauren and Lexi. So Lauren is actually having her launch party for her little dog business and everything. Her and Jovi are out like marketing and trying to promote the event and everything. Yara is very excited, and this is I'm glad like with Jovi and Yara, like they're focusing more on this instead of the drama aspect of it, because as I said last week, I was so tired in previous seasons watching Jovi and Yara, and with the Jovi going to the strip club and then Yara crying and moaning, saying, "I hate you, Jovi. I've been miserable in this country for years. I'm taking me and Mila back to Ukraine." I was so tired of hearing that, and I'm glad so far. Now, there's still been plenty of the season left. So far that hasn't happened yet and everything. So they're preparing for that. Lauren and Alexi come over to help her and everything. Yara's still freaking out and everything. And, Lauren's trying to help. Alexi's there or whatever. And then along comes in Elizabeth and Andre. Elizabeth and Andre were invited. This is the first time they're seeing them since they've been back from Moldova. So we get to the party and get to the launch party and everything. Jovi comes in late because he had to pick up Mother Gwen, who I love Mother Gwen. I love Jovi's mom, Gwen. So they pick her up and, everybody's mingling a little bit. And Elizabeth starts and was just like, "So I heard Lauren was talking crap about my husband, saying my husband was a horrible person and everything. I heard it through the grapevine that Lauren's been talking crap about us. I may have to confront her about it and everything." So Lauren and Elizabeth have a conversation, and Elizabeth asks Lauren, like, "Okay, so I'm hearing that you were talking crap about my husband, saying my husband was a horrible person." And Lauren's like, "I never said your husband was a horrible person and everything. Like, I never would tell somebody a horrible person. That's like below the belt, basically. That's a bottom feeder, basically. But I did say that he is a DICK, basically, and because how he acted, remember on episode 1 and 2 at their housewarming party and stuff and everything." And so there's just a lot of it was just a lot of back and forth. We're like, "Well, we've been friends for years and everything. You could have talked to me about it instead of going by my back." And Lauren's like, "Well, who told you this?" And she was like, "Jovi and Yara and everything. I heard it through them and stuff. I don't know how they heard, but I heard it through Jovi and Yara." I'm like, "Oh my God." So then, the boys are talking, and I think Jovi had asked Andre how the trip to Moldova went. And Jovi said that, and Andre said, "I don't want to talk about it." Elizabeth didn't want to talk about it. So after the conversation with Lauren and Elizabeth, Elizabeth and Andre talked about it, and then they were like, they're talking about us. They're saying that you're a DICK and a horrible person and everything. And, Alexi comes over and talks to them, and Andre confronts Alexi about it. And Alexi said, yeah, Andre, you were a DICK at my housewarming party. You know that. I told you that to your face. We moved on from that and everything. So why did Elizabeth feel the need to like share some, just to air out some dirty laundry? Elizabeth said that Alexi comments about Lauren's weight and everything. And I guess those conversations were private between Elizabeth and Lauren. And Elizabeth was like, me and Lauren have been friends for years. And she said a lot of good and bad things about you, how you comment on her weight and everything. And we left off with the cliffhanger on that. And I'm just like for real, and y'all doing this at Yara's party. Yara don't want none of this drama. Y'all are doing this at Yara's launch party and everything, and all these other people are looking at y'all like y'all crazy. So I'm just like, whatever. And so we'll see the continuation of that and everything. But it's just like Alexi and Andre. Now, netter deflection. Andre is going to say, Alexi, see, you're the horrible person. Actually, you're the horrible person and everything. And, Elizabeth and Andre always had to fight for their, because nobody likes Andre. Nobody likes Andre. They don't. Nobody likes Andre. So, this is why Elizabeth and Andre cut ties with the family, because Andre isn't aggressive, and he is a DICK. I don't like calling people that, but he is. He's very mean. He's very aggressive. He uses foul language, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Obviously Elizabeth wants to defend her husband and the father of her kids, and I get that, and that's all well and good. But, there's some things that he just needs to look on with himself and everything instead of deflect. And as for Alexi, he ain't perfect either. He just, Lauren, I understand Lauren's a bit much too, but, but Alexi, come on. Like, I defended Alexi for years and stuff, and talked about how great of a guy he is. But I don't know. I think just like with all these kids that they have, and, that mommy makeover that Lauren did last year, I think it's just all just coming to a head in Alexi's mind, and just like saying things that he shouldn't be saying, and just like irritated with how major their life changes have been. So I don't know. And we really have not seen much of Jovi Yard drama, like I said, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. So, but yeah, that was the Three Stooges. And that was it, guys. That was all the couples. Again, we did not see Gino in this episode, but we've seen everybody else. Again, I apologize. This video the first part of this was cut in half. I did not feel like remaking the video since I was halfway done. So this video is going to be uploaded in 2 parts and stuff and everything. So again, I thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap 90 Day Hunt for Love. Hopefully I'll have it all in one video again. But yeah, I'll have in the description each part of part 1 and part 2 of this recap for Happily Ever After. Again, I apologize that it happened this way. Once again, my video, when I was filming the first part, the video cut out because I got a notification on my iPad that the storage was full, so I had to clear some storage, and then I was just like, instead of restarting, I was halfway through. I'm just gonna do a part 2 of this and upload it that way. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon. Bye, y'all.